Because I'm not gonna lie, guys, Sykkuno cheating may have been bad, and it is. However, it has accused so many women's natural nature to falsely accuse men for even a drop of clout. They are willing to ruin a man's entire life over a drop of clout. And I want to remind you, for every 1, 2, or 3 men that get falsely accused and actually get found innocent after, there are hundreds, if not thousands of men who have not had the same fate, who have had their entire lives ruined because whether that be the public wasn't accepting enough, whether a judge was corrupt, or maybe the woman's story was too good. There are so many men's lives who get absolutely fucked, and that's why I love this story, because we're seeing 50 women in real time get completely obliterated because they tried to cash in on the exact same thing. So let's get into it. So Twitch streamer Leia, their former roommate, this is the woman who falsely accused Sykkuno, by the way. Well, their roommate weighs in. And it would be nice if more people would listen to a roommate's testimony. However, a lot of people just like to ignore it. Also, fun fact, Rich Campbell's roommate also came to the defense of Rich Campbell, which is great. I believe that if you have somebody who has first-person experience living with that person, their opinion holds a lot of weight. So let's get into it. Not surprised this is happening again. I lived together with Leia, her sister, and a few other creators back in 2024. At some point, her ex, who was a bigger creator, broke up with her. Her ex was financially supporting her. Everything was paid for. She wasn't streaming, wasn't working, just staying in bed most days. After their breakup, she came to me for advice and help. I spent hours talking to her, losing sleep trying to support her, telling her to focus on herself, build her own stability, love herself first, and not center the whole life around her ex. I wanted to help someone who I thought was a friend. She didn't take any of that advice. Instead, she actually did the opposite, putting all her energy in trying to get him back by any means necessary. Does this sound familiar? Woman gets broken up with, loses their fucking mind, tries to get back together with their ex, who they claim is a horrible person, and once they can't do it, well, let's go ahead and call him a rapist then, shall we? Many such cases. Unfortunately, there's been over 13 cases in the past 6 months of this happening, quoting Turkey Tom, Rich Campbell, Sykkuno, just to name a few. She spent more money on a makeover and would even dress up in a certain way when we went to the gym together. She was desperate. When that didn't work, instead of taking accountability for her own choices, all the blame got pushed onto me by the end of our lease somehow. The person who was trying to help them, both her and her sister, turned into something it wasn't and would even start spreading false rumors about everyone involved with their messy breakup that year. This would bleed into 2025. Now, I'm watching a very similar situation unfold again. And once again, it involves a big creator. Same pattern, same outcome, no accountability. At some point, actions have fucking consequences. But once again, this should be an over and shut case. But political discourse is now turning this into leftism versus rightism. And all these left cucks are saying, actually, I believe the woman because that's the right thing to do. And the right is saying, well, actually, I believe in proof and evidence, and all of the proof and evidence leads to the man's innocence. And then the left is like, how dare you not take the woman's side? You're an evil ne'er-do-well. And it's pathetic, because anybody with a functioning brain understands this is just a bitter trying to take advantage of a situation and call Sykkuno a rapist, and shame on Mugen for empowering women to do this shit by not fact-checking what the fuck it is that he's talking about. Again, Mugen's expose that has 2.3 million views is the exact reason why women will never be taken seriously, and how giving bad actors more power is the worst thing that you ever want to do. Top comment: I don't sleep with people I don't date. We had sex and we weren't dating. I always use protection. He came inside me and didn't use protection. I'm not easy. It only took him 30 minutes to talk me into giving him oral. Can't make this shit up. I know. But I'm sure people will say, well, the woman doesn't have accountability for any of their own actions. It's pathetic. Emerald Apple, a very base account, says, somehow every day keeps cashing W's as more information comes out on his accusers, and he hasn't even said anything yet. Evidently, Leia, who insinuated that Sykkuno S8'd her, despite it all being 100% consensual sex, is a complete mess of a person who takes no accountability and blames everyone else for her problems. So that pretty much makes anyone who believes Leia's story a complete fucking clown. She isn't a victim, just another lie who can't even tell a convincing story. Sykkuno is doing the strategy of doing nothing and somehow winning as the entire narrative that he's a predator collapses, and Mugen keeps cashing L's. And the worst thing is, Mugen has not publicly apologized yet, but you know what he has done? He has changed his video title, and he took Predator out of it, but he's not really letting the public know that. You want proof? How to go from viral star to serial cheater and manipulator. Worst Predator. He took it out, and he was hoping nobody would notice, hoping that null and voids him from being able to be liable for a legal action class lawsuit. And that's the bottom line. I think the most hilarious thing about the whole Sykkuno drama is that the ladies acted like they didn't know. His whole secret girlfriend and sleeping around has been one of the worst kept secrets in streaming, and they just pretended to not know so that ladies could be deluded into thinking that they are the only one. It's all an incestuous echo chamber where literally everyone knows everyone else's business, with various DMs get leaked, with each other, group chats spilling, and whispers reaching the audience. These women all collectively agreed to gaslight the audience and maybe themselves, so the parasocial delulu stays intact. The ladies kept that maybe I'm the special one delusion going, while the orbiters and friends maintained plausible deniability and later say disappointed they were in him. Then the fans who brought the shy cinema roll act don't have to confront the fact that their fave apparently out there, being a player, rotating between women like an IRL dating game. True, his secret live-in girlfriend was in plain view there the whole time, and he always dodged questions related to that, and people couldn't figure it out. He was playing the whole wholesome single guy kayfabe like it was someone everyone knows it's fake drama like the WWE. True. Then his friends are out here being surprised Pikachu Pokemon face like secret girlfriend, multiple situations. No way, I had no idea. Oh my gosh, I'm so disappointed. True. Meanwhile, everyone forgot about the 2020 Lena leaks. His ex of 3 years spilling the tea on the exact same manipulative tell fangirls I'm single with you, a playbook. Very true. I want to remind you that Fuseli fucked a married man and nobody cut ties with her. Fuseli destroyed a married couple's wife with children, and nobody gave a f at all until Man Bad became the narrative, much like Valkyrie and Pokemon love to push. It is insane how when a woman does it, it's fine, nobody cares, we're all friends. A man does it, oh my God, I can't believe I'm disgusted, I'm so disappointed. It's pathetic. It is pathetic. Let's keep going here. Pokemon and Valkyrie were quick to drop Sykkuno, but still around someone known for making a husband cheat on his wife. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it.
Sorry, that makes me so sad. Like, I'm sorry. At the end of the day, I'm just really sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I know I can just say that, but like, holy crap, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I haven't ever felt so much regret about anything in my whole life, and I can't believe it. I'm such an idiot. I'm so stupid.
And she's laughing and she's smiling the entire time. And I want to remind you, Fuseli is still averaging 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 viewers almost every single stream, still hanging out with other streamers, still hanging out with many other streamers like Valkyrie, Pokemon, Fan, Yvonne. Nobody cares because it's okay because a woman did it, so it doesn't matter. Isn't that so fun? Me Young on Sykkuno drama. Let's hear it. I haven't heard this person's take. I don't want to spoil it. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it.
Sykkuno?
Yeah.
I have a question. You think we'll be friends 10 years from now? No, okay, no, that's cool. No, that's okay. I was just wondering. No, yeah, no. Actually, honestly, you know what? That's on me.
What do you mean? What's on you?
No, nothing. You know what? I'm just gonna load the game.
I mean, I think so,
Just
yeah.
loading up the game now.
I mean, listen, I'm getting old, you know. I can't make new friends. I got what I got.
Oh, so like...
I'm never losing any friends from here on forever.
You just got... I said...
Let's read her post here. I'm sure this week has been difficult for many, including myself. The amount of people Sykkuno has hurt has been heartbreaking. I feel quite scatterbrained. For those of you in my community that maybe don't know, Sykkuno was my best friend during COVID. Although we haven't been as close as we used to be for a while now, I had so many good memories with him, and I'm sure his community did too, which was why this has been so much more painful. To think someone you knew could do this. You would think that he was a serial rapist with this post. The guy cheated on a girl. Okay? The guy cheated on a girl. You're still friends with Fuseli, who did a arguably worse thing by getting a married couple with kids to cheat. Like, that chick destroyed a family. And you're all still cool with them. So what is this? To think someone you knew could do this, really upsets me in a way I didn't know it could. I'm not going to delve into the person I thought I knew him, nor am I excusing what he did, but just giving a reason why I'm so deeply hurt. I hope everyone that's been affected, his girlfriend, his community, and friends, take time to process their feelings. Admittedly, it's been a struggle for me. I will not be going into further detail on Triple, so please don't tune in hoping to ask me any questions. Like, they're literally making him sound like a rapist. And then Wake Wilder decides to chime in, and Wake says, and I want to make this very clear, I have a lot of respect for the man that Wake used to be. Him and I used to have a lot of good memories, but he's really become a TikTok feminist over the past 3 years, much as he'd probably want to call me a right-wing grifter. That's fine. You can do whatever you want. But this type of rhetoric is incredibly dangerous to do. And I'm going to read the entire post, and I'm going to break down as calmly as possible why posts like these are so inherently manipulative, and it's so obviously pandering, and it's so dangerous to put this type of energy into the world. If this Discord has brought anything to light, it's the pitifully anemic understanding men seem to have of what explicit and enthusiastic consent looks like. Sex should require no convincing or active guesswork. If you truly believe she wants you, just fucking ask. Should you both be consenting, talking openly to your partner about your shared comfort and preference prior to fooling around and will only elevate the experience, why in the fuck would you want to be intimate with someone who didn't explicitly desire and enjoy it? Now, I want to read this one right here. This is putting all of the blame on the man. Just like a man should ask a woman if they like it, the woman should also too ask the man. If a man doesn't like it, he should say so. If a woman doesn't like it, she should say so. And the problem with posts like this, Wake, is what you're doing is you're saying that monitoring, tracking, maintaining, and understanding whether everything that is currently happening is consensual or not falls entirely on the shoulders of the man. And unfortunately, we do live in a gynocentric society. We do. Women and the weak have far too much power in today's standards, and all of the blame rests solely on the shoulders of a man. And I think that's disgusting. It is not it is not hard to just say, no, I don't like it. I don't want this. And by the way, Wake, if you were blaming this on Sykkuno for having sex with the woman, I want to remind you that this woman reached out to Sykkuno, asked if she could stay with him. She agreed, sucked his dick, stayed the night, never expressed any discomfort, had sex the next morning, and when he asked, and he did ask, for consent to come inside her, she said, mm-hmm. If that's not enough to get something to not qualify as rape, I don't know what is. And I'm sorry, if you are expecting men to have mind control powers, mind read, because women are too stupid to just say, I don't want this, I don't consent to this, call the cops, tell anyone. Over the course of 16 hours, she could have left the room. She could have said anything. She could have yelped. There was people all around. All she had to do was say no, leave, do anything. Not during the moment, the multiple moments she had, and she still chose to not do anything or express any discomfort until 3 years later when she found out that he had a boyfriend during the time, and now she wants to call it rape. Do not feed into the female delusions like this, because this is going to ruin many, many, many men's lives. And your buddy Hassan is known for f***ing his viewers. And the reason why Hassan has not touched this topic with a 10-foot pole, because I guarantee you Hassan has had a similar sexual experience with a woman as well. Now, I've never f***ed a viewer, but we should be very careful saying that women have the ability to retract consent years later after the fact. I don't believe in that. I don't believe America should believe in that. I don't believe our Constitution believes in that. You cannot retract consent days, weeks, months, years after a sexual encounter. And I'm sorry, if you're a woman that tries to retract consent 1 month, 1 year after, I believe you are a deceptive, manipulative liar. And the fact that so many women get away with this on a day-to-day basis, I believe is f***ing disgusting. And that's just my opinion. Like, comment, subscribe. Nothing but respect to everybody who told their story here. But I believe a lot of these people have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, and they just want to sound like a good person. That's just my opinion. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. See you on the next one.